So coaches, as we briefly talked about, today's all about decision making. So I'm not really walking you through an offensive or defensive philosophy. It's just a collection of things that you can take away, you might alter. The biggest thing that I will encourage you to do from here is to change what I do. So a lot of these drills might be from Peter Lonigan, they might be from someone else, but I've tried to put my own spin on them with the group that I coach. So we might do a 2v1 walling up drill in 10 or 15 minutes, and you can go, I like this, but encourage yourself on the but part. Because the more that you can change and adapt things to your philosophy and style, the better. One thing that I see a lot in warm-ups is the static stretching, the jogging, the getting up and down, which is all well and good. We like to try and involve basketballs as much as we can in our warm-ups and try to warm our brains up. So we're gonna play a game really quick. We're gonna talk about decision making straight away. I need everyone with 2 feet behind the baseline. We're gonna play a game called land, air, and sea. You guys are all successfully safe on land. If I call out air, I want you to hold the basketball with 2 hands and 2-foot jump over the baseline. Do that for me now. Air, land. So now we want you to go back to land. Good. Air, land, air. Excellent. Now, freeze. If I call out sea, as in sea in the ocean, I just want you to jump up and down on the same spot. Practice that for me. Sea, sea, sea. Really easy? Awesome. Go back to land. So what we've started doing straight away, and again, as I talked about, I'm going to set the parameters and rules and talk to you guys more. It's not how I would operate a normal training session, but this is an education session for you guys. What we're doing is we're giving him 2 or 3 commands, and we're going to slowly speed them up and then add basketball movements into it. So if I was coaching 8-year-olds, this is how I would start a warm-up, and as we get older, we can put some ball handling and some dexterity stuff. We're going to play a game, land, air, and sea. All right? If I call out the command, that's what I want you to do. If you get it wrong or you're too slow, I just want you to step back. So we're having a competition straight away. We ready? Air. Land. Air. Air. Good. Anyone that jumped, go backwards. You're out. Sea. Sea. You're out, Addy. Sea. Land. Air. Air. Good, come closer together. We got 2 left already. It's easy to knock you guys out. 2 left. Start on land for me, please. Land. 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 Good. Air. Land. Air. Quicker. Air. Good. You guys are too good. So we would add layers to that. And one thing, everyone's back in now. Come back to the start. Now what we're going to do, and again, especially if you're coaching younger kids, stuff like this will bore them easy. So we're going to add a progression layer to it. So everyone put the basketball above your heads. Now we're going to do the old finger taps. Everyone practice that. Above your head. We are going to play the exact same game, but as you jump, you must have your finger taps above your head. If you drop the basketball, you are out. Are we ready? Air. Keep finger taps, keep finger taps. Land. Air. Sea, land. Good. So as we start to pick up the commands, they'll make mistakes. You guys can freeze. You're good. What's the first thing that we noticed when we added the basketball to it? What did we do straight away as athletes? Did we see anything? Concentration. Yeah, their concentration. But what the thing for me straight away is all their eyes did that. So when we added a second decision or a second task for them to do, they're no longer really worried about their feet. They weren't looking at their landing patterns, which is a lot of what we're trying to do when we layer in decision-making drills. We're making life a little bit harder for them, and hopefully they remember the initial teaching as we layer stuff on top of it. All right? I need you guys to get in a partnership, please. 1 ball between 2. You have 10 seconds. Quick. Addy and friend, out here. You guys are starting. Quick, get a friend, Addy. Pick someone. Bree. Awesome. Out here. 1 basketball. Quick, on the high nail for me. We're going to play head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Who's ever played head, shoulders, knees, and toes before? No one? No one's played head, shoulders, knees, and toes? Awesome. I'll take that basketball. So what we're going to do, I want both of you to stand right here at the high nail and face each other. I'm going to put this basketball on the ground. I want both of you to be in a stance for me. A defensive stance, high hands. I'm going to yell out a command. Whichever I yell out is the body part you have to touch. You ready? Head, knees, shoulders, toes. When I say go, You guys are in a race to pick up the basketball. Addy, pick the ball up for me, please. Whoever picks up the ball first is offense. Whoever doesn't pick it up is defense. Really easy, we're playing one-on-one, and when I call go, we're attacking the hoop. We ready? Put the ball on the floor for me, Addy. Head, knees, shoulders, go. Next two up, who wants to play? Quick, next two up. A new pair, quick. Next group better be ready to go. Put the ball on the ground. Toes, knees, head, shoulders, knees, go. All good, quick girls, quick. Next two up, please. Next two up, let's go. Ball on the floor, ball on the floor. Knees, shoulders, head, toes, go. So hold up there, girls. Before we move on, what are a couple things in that drill we could potentially be looking at as coaches? Any ideas? What are some skills that we could potentially get out of from doing that? Reaction time? Yep. Anything else? Footwork. There's a million things that we can do. We can talk about the Fab Five, about how we dribble, but all of this is still a warm-up. I would classify all these drills that we're doing as warm-up drills. So the first 5 to 10 minutes of any practice, any workout can always include something to switch their brains on, even if it's as simple as land, air, and sea, where they're jumping, or something where they're working at being in stance, holding the basketball. That's all a warm-up, but whilst we're getting their skills intact, we're working on a little bit of ball handling. We're working on decision making. We're trying to do multiple things at once, all right? You guys are gonna separate yourselves into 2 even teams, numbers-wise. Get into 2 teams. You have 15 seconds, go. And it can't be boys v girls. Actually, let's do that, boys v girls. Girls on the baseline with the basketball. Quick, you all need a ball each. Boys, here with me. Go to the halfway line, you don't need basketballs. One thing that kids love when they're at basketball practice is playing anything other than basketball. So what we like to do when we do warm-up drills is try to include other sports. You guys might have seen the Perth Wildcats on their Instagram. Every now and then they'll have a cricket day. Last Friday they were playing ultimate frisbee on the lawn. Just little other things to get their brain off, okay, now we're doing a whole bunch of defense today. Now we're doing something different. So whilst this is a fun game, there's lots of different coaching and decision-making elements we're gonna work in it. Boys, in here, quick, around me. So we have 2, 4, 6. We're gonna play a game called foosball. Who's ever played foosball before? That little table game where you have all the soccer men. So what I want you guys to do is I want 3 athletes to line up along the free throw line extended, so in a line. Quick, free throw line extended. The next 3 are gonna line up along the halfway line. You guys are the foosball defenders. You can only move side to side. You are not allowed to move forwards or backwards. If you take a step off the free throw line, you're out. If you take a step off the halfway line, you're out. Girls, if you can dribble past that line of boys, you get 1 point. So what you were trying to do is dribble through the boys without getting tagged. Boys, if you can tag one of the girls on a shoulder, you must come back to the beginning of the drill. One thing we're doing here is I've given them 30, 45 seconds of what the drill is. We've talked about it, we've set it up, and the first 60, 90, 2 minutes of this drill are gonna suck. They're gonna be really random, they're not gonna know what to do, they're gonna be unorganized, and that is not a bad thing. One time we tend to do as coaches is give them all the answers straight away. So what I like to do in drills is we'll set it up, we'll let them get through it, and then about halfway through, we'll talk about some different strategies for doing things, all right? Girls, does anyone not understand what we're trying to do? We're trying to dribble through halfway. We ready? Set, go. Go, Bree. Go, Addy. If you get tagged, you're out. If you get tagged, come back to the start. If you get tagged, come back to the start. And freeze. Girls, back to the baseline. Girls, you guys have 30 seconds to huddle up and talk strategy. How can you get past? So again, this is part of it. Now they understand the parameters of the drill where they can start to think for themselves a little bit. One thing, hopefully, that we see is the girls stop treating this as just let's all go at once, and we use that as a little bit of a strategy. Hopefully one of them act as a human sacrifice and dribble into 2 where someone else goes, all that sort of stuff. But what's more important here is we're not really giving them the answers. They're trying to figure it out on their own, and they might not be able to. as a coach, that can give you a directive of where you need to put your attention. Girls, you ready to play? As again, every time you get a girl across the halfway line, that's a point. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, all at once tactic. The all at once tactic. We got 2 points. Straight away, we got 2 points. Great job, game over, go to the baseline. Boys, you don't get a turn. So again, there was a bit shambles at the end there, but they tried a different strategy. Instead of all at once, instead of one at a time, they went all at once. All right, so again, not trying to give them the answer straight away, just do little different things that they can work on. All right. What we're gonna do is I want a line on the baseline. Doesn't matter who you are, get in a straight line. I want one athlete at the elbow, another athlete at that elbow. Doesn't matter who it is, quick. And we have one defender with the basketball here. So we've progressed on from basic warm-up drills. We've played a game, we've added a different sport in. Now we're gonna try and layer some decision-making into offensive concepts. So again, I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna just talk over the top of them doing it, and then we'll go through some teaching points. We're playing 2-on-1. 2 offensive players, 1 defensive player. You're gonna throw the ball out to that elbow. When you're throwing the ball out, you can do one of 2 things. You can shoot, or you can pass to your teammate. You're trying to close out and stop them from shooting. Bree, if you catch the ball, you can only shoot. That's the only decision you're allowed to make. All right, ball back to the defense. Let's see how we go. Good, freeze. Whoever shoots the basketball is out of the drill. Grab your own rebound, and the defense gets to become the new offensive player. Next girl steps up. Let's go. Quick, next up, let's go, Addie. Fly through the drill. Next up, shooters out, shooters out. So one thing I've done there that I don't like to usually do if this was a training session is give them the rotations of who's offense, who's defense. One thing that we don't give kids credit enough for is figuring out stuff on their own. So right now, because it's a clinic, I've told this person go here, that person go there. If this was a regular training session I was running, I would probably give them the drill and then let them figure out their own rotations. Again, if they really have problems with it 3 or 4 minutes in, then you can help them out with it a little bit. Stop there. All right. Who has the advantage in this drill? The 2 offensive players or the defensive player? Offense, right? It's 2v1. So if you know you're at a disadvantage defensively, we probably need to start taking some risks. All right, so if you are the defense, maybe throw it out and pretend to go to the other person. You need to gamble a little bit. It's 2-on-1. All right, let's see if you can make some cool choices. Let's go. Good, next person up, quick, next person up. Shooter out, grab your own rebound, good. Next up, quick, shooter out, defense to offense, here we go. So as always, there's a million technical things we can fix. One thing we're gonna fix as we come back into this drill is stance. Stance is one massive thing that offensively and defensively, we really need to get on top of our kids of being in. Because offensively, straight away, I'm gonna pick on Bree there, but as Bree catches the ball, she's not in a position to be aggressive. If the defense just sprints at Bree and she's not ready to catch, then we've taken away the advantage we have of playing 2-on-1. All right, guys, stop there for me. Ball back over here. So, the new rule that we have, the 2 offensive players, you must bend your knees and be in a shooting stance, ready to go. Why do we think we want these 2 players to be in a shooting stance? Any ideas from you guys? When they get the ball, they can shoot it straight away. You guys know you have the advantage, so now you need to make sure that you're taking care of that advantage. We told the defense to be creative. You guys can be creative as well. And any drill that we do today, I want you guys to try and make aggressive mistakes. So if you catch the basketball here, think of how you can be aggressive, how you can be creative. All right, let's go, let's play. Good, next up, quick, shooter out. Defense to offense, shooter out, here we go. Next up, quick, let's fly through it. Good, way to be active defensively, shooter out, here we go. Quick, jump out of the drill, next up. Again, not trying to give them all the answers. One thing that we're really searching for is who's the first offensive player to throw a fake pass? Who's trying to get the defense off guard? Now that the defense is gambling a little bit, how does the offense see that and make their own decision back on top of that? Good, stop there for me. Now we're gonna make it 3-on-2. So let's keep those same 2 players at the elbow. Coop, I want you to go to the short corner for me. And now we're gonna have 2 defenders. So 1 defender right here, and then Bree without a ball right here. So I know we've just added a bunch of extra players, but we're gonna explain why. Now it is 3-on-2. 3 offensive players, 2 defensive players. Offensively, you can shoot whenever you like. You are not allowed to dribble. So we're still gonna pass the basketball out, and now you 2 have to figure out a way to try and guard 3. Again, it's tough. So you need to be in stance, and you need to make some risks. Take some risks, be aggressive. So what can you do? What are you supposed to do before you catch the ball? Good. What are your 2 decisions you're allowed to make? Shoot or pass. Who can you pass to? Good. What are the 2 decisions you're allowed to make? Shoot or pass. Pass it to Coop. Coop, you only have 1 decision. You have the easy job. All right? You have to shoot. So our rotations here are up to you. I'm not going to tell you guys who goes offense, who goes defense. After the drill is over, you have to figure it out. All right, let's see how we go. Good. Find a way to set up the drill and let's play again. Find a way to set it up and let's play again. Addy, go to the baseline for me. Stop cheating. Here we go. Find a way to set it up and let's go again. Bree, get in a stance right there. Be ready to shoot. Quick, find a way to set it up and let's go again. Who else is playing defense? Good close out. Next up, quick, let's go guys, figure it out. Keep going. So again, it probably took them 4 or 5 reps, but all of a sudden, we're transitioning from not being in the drill to being drilled quicker. And they've probably done 3 or 4 different strategies for rotating, but like, do we care? Probably not as much. More importantly, that they came to those decisions themselves. Offensively, what can we get better at as the 3 offensive players here? What can they be doing better? What do we think? We talked about stance, that one's off the table. What else can they be doing? Talking, definitely. Fake passing. Defensively, I know it's tough. It's 3-on-2. What can we encourage our athletes to do defensively here? Yeah, 100%. We had the first group do it really well. You saw Bree trying to tell, okay, you go here, I go there. But in a drill where you at a disadvantage, the easiest way to flip that advantage is through communication. And again, it's the kids' worst nightmare. You can't get them to stop talking off the court, but when they get off the court, they never want to talk to each other. So those are the little things that, whilst we set the drill up and they're going through it, we can stop here or there. Again, you don't need to give them all of their teaching points straight away, because if you take 7, 8, 9 minutes to set the drill up, you only have 2 or 3 minutes to actually do the drill. So if you can get away with explaining a third of the drill, go for 4 minutes, give it another third, go for 4 minutes, give it another third, then you're actually on the court way more than you are talking. Keep going, guys. Great job, Coop. Stop there. We all just see what Cooper did on the baseline. What did Cooper do? Fake pass. Again, that's exactly what we're trying to do. Today is all about making decisions. Doesn't matter if it's the right or the wrong decision. We just want you to make aggressive ones. Reset the drill. We're going to do it a little bit differently now. 3 offensive players, 2 defensive players. Now, we are going to add the dribble. So let's pretend you guys do a really good job and the basketball goes over there. So let's pass the ball out, pass, pass, defense, rotate. Now, this player, we give a second decision to. So previously, they were only allowed to shoot. Now we're going to open up the drive. If you are not open to shoot, and again, you still can, we want you to drive baseline. So if you drive baseline, hopefully one of you 2 come over to stop her. What do you think is your next decision? Any ideas? Yeah, you're going to hit an open teammate. All right, so let's go back and set that up. Remember, now the baseline player can drive. We've added 2 decisions. Here we go. Turnover. Next group, quick, figure out your rotations. Next group. Yep. 100%. Great question. Next up, next up. So we just had a question from Bree straight away there after 1 rep. If they're not there on the drive, can we shoot it? And our answer is yeah, like of course. Like a lot of times as coaches, we set up the constraints of these drills. You go here, you do that. And the main goal of the game is putting the ball in the hoop. Like if we create enough advantage where we can just go get a layup, we want to encourage them to do that. Keep playing, guys, keep playing. Stop right there. Go back to where you were. You have the basketball on the K-way line right there. You got the ball. You are right here. Right here, my man. Defense, you are right here on the block. What do you think? What is the decision you can make right now that is going to help your team win? Layup. No one rotated over to stop you. All right? So as we're talking about decisions, we want you to try and make the most aggressive decision. If the defense rotates and stop you, that's why we have 2 other receivers here to shoot. All right? Let's go back to the start. Let's keep doing it. Same drill. Keep playing. Let's go, guys. Quick. 2 defenders up. And as we talked about at the beginning, don't be afraid to change this. So if we were doing this with under 18s athletes, what we might do is we might take them off the elbows and move them to the 3-point line. We might change the angle that that person's allowed to drive. We might have 3 players out around. Again, use the framework of this drill and go, I like this, I don't like this, and change it to suit how you want your team to play. Couple more, guys, couple more. Good, stop there for me. Everyone on the baseline. Now we're gonna work on something else. We want 3 players on the floor, please. 3 players on the floor, 1 basketball. Bree, you're gonna start with the basketball at the high nail. Coop, I want you to start on the baseline. You're gonna start right here for me, my man. So one thing that we often think about when we hear decision making is all offense. Decision making is also defensively. So one thing that I'll encourage you guys to use is try to find an offensive and defensive teaching component to your drills. And here's a drill that I really like that kind of works on both. And it also works on advantage and disadvantage that we'll get into in a sec. What's gonna happen, Bree? You start with the ball at the high nail here. Coop, you're under the hoop for me. Bree, as a basketball player, what do we want you to try and do? We want you to try and score. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the ball on the floor and you're gonna attack Coop and try to get a layup. Coop, knowing that you're probably gonna wanna block Bree, get to the outside of a charge circle. All right, Bree, if Coop rotates towards you, what's the next best decision for you to make? Good, so you're gonna pass your teammates. Let's walk through that. Let's go back to the start. So we get to here, freeze. There's one area that we like to use with athletes. How many times have coaches in a game, you've gone great drive, we turned the ball over. I think as a junior coach, that's every second drive when I see that. So one thing we talk about to athletes, it's why I call this drill the strike zone drill, is we never want to pass the ball through the strike zone. The strike zone is from the defender's shoulder to the defender's hip. So Bree, when you throw this pass, it is either a bounce pass or a lob pass over Cooper's head. All right, let's go back to the start. You're the next offensive player. All right, we want you to be in a stance and ready to shoot. All right, let's go. Good, 3 new players up. 3 in, 3 out. 3 new players up. Quick, let's go. Quick, let's go, guys. Next 3, quick, keep rotating through, guys. You got the ball, Addy. Make an aggressive decision. On 1 pass only, you only get 1 pass. Next 3 up. Good, stop there and reset it. Give me a new 3 players and reset it. Defensively, so we got the ball up top. Quick, ball up top. Why do we think we want Bree to get outside the charge circle? Any ideas? Yeah, so we can be aggressive on the ball and so that we can take a charge. So what we're gonna do, who's heard of walling up before? Put your hand up. So Bree, you're gonna make a defensive decision here. So you're gonna get outside the charge circle and we're gonna do something called walling up. It's a defensive tactic that we like to do to avoid athletes from fouling. I'm sure a lot of you coaches have heard it here, but again, how many times in a game, great D, foul. It happens so many times, especially in youth basketball. So Bree, when you get outside the charge circle, you are gonna be a tall wall and a wide wall. You're gonna get your hands up as high as you can and throw your thumbs behind your ears. Why do we want your thumbs behind your ears, Bree? Yeah, so you don't do that and come down. When we're a tall wall, we also want to be a wide wall. One thing we see, and especially when kids get older and play post defense, is a lot of this. And they're really easy to dribble around. They become easy drop step targets. So Bree, tall wall, be a wide frame. So now Bree, when you're playing defense, we want you to be aggressive. We want to make sure that you don't give up any layups. If they pass the basketball to Coop, I want you to try and get outside the charge circle again and contest. All right, back to the start. Here we go. Let's go, Bree. Next 3, quick, let's go. Let's go, guys. Lots of kids do the drill. Quick, 3 up. Next 3, next 3. And as we find out, whenever we set drills up, kids take things very, very literally. So we've told that offensive player there to stand on that hash mark right there. Like in a game, what would we probably want this offensive player to do? Probably to step in for a layup off that, right? So again, that's part of me not explaining the whole drill at the beginning and seeing what are they actually getting out of my coaching vernacular. What are they retaining and what don't they quite get yet? So as I stop the drill the next time, we'll talk about that a little bit more. Set the drill up again, please, quick. Next 3. What do we think, guys, is the highest percentage shot in basketball? What's the shot we want to take the most? A layup. So if we have Addie, you right here, as you're driving and the defense steps up, what can you do, Addie? Yeah, step in. So go back. This is part of this girl being in a stance. Yeah, when we were talking about the shooting drill, we all want to be in stance. Addie, you can be in a stance off the ball. You have your hands ready, hungry hands ready to catch. As you drive, remember no passing through the strike zone. Addie, try to get a layup. All right, here we go. Good. Next 3, quick. Next 3, let's go. Too slow, guys. Come on, too slow. Next 3. Good. Next up, defense wins. Great job. Defense wins. Let's go. Aggressive mistakes. Make aggressive mistakes. Great job. Good job, Bree. Way to be active defense. Next 3. Here we go. One more, guys. One more. Coop, what am I going to say about that one? Yeah, man, we got bad referees. I'm not seeing a travel. Where do we not want to pass the ball through? The strike zone, yeah? So that's a bounce pass or a chest pass. One thing with kids, they often process a good or a bad decision with the result. So right there, we got a layup, but Coop, and again, I'm picking Coop out as an example a little bit because I know him, did one thing we told him not to do. It was throw the ball right through the middle of the chest, and most times that's going to be a turnover. So even though he's scored, that's probably not something where I'm going to single out Coop in the front of a drill like I just did then. That's more of a flight path moment where when he's on the baseline, myself or an assistant will go, hey, Coop, think about this. Because again, we might have scored, so they think, yeah, we did a really great job, but they're not following one of the main parts of the drill. Set the drill up again for me. We're going to add a layer. Quick. Now what we're going to do, let's add another offensive player right over there. Coop, I want you to go play defense behind the basketball. So now we're going to play 3-on-2. We have offense. Come to the edge of K-way for me, my man. Offense, offense. And we have defense, defense. Coop right behind her. What we're going to do now is we've made this a little bit harder. So I want you to start under the hoop, my man. You don't get it that easy. Start under the hoop. So now the offensive player can pick who they pass to, or they can shoot for themselves. How many offensive players are there on the floor? How many defensive players? So it's 3 against 2. Who has the advantage? The offense. So we want to take a quick and early aggressive shot against our advantage. You only get 1 pass maximum. If you were here, you don't know if you're getting the ball, do you? What can you do to increase your chance of scoring if you get the ball? Excellent. Again, Coop, you're at a disadvantage. You're going to try and gamble, make some stuff happen. All right? 3, 2, 1, play. Great job. 5 in, 5 out. New 5 athletes on the floor. Quick. 5 in, 5 out. Here we go. Yep, corner, Bree. Good. Again, what did we do right there? We passed right through that strike zone. So this is a normal training session. Next 5, please. I'm talking to them outside of the drill. One thing that we like to talk about at BWA is the use of flight path coaching. So if we have 6 or 7 possessions in a row where we all do the same thing and we pass through that strike zone, it's probably a moment where I'm stopping the drill going, hey guys, think about this. But if it's something that one kid's doing, maybe it's a 1 or 2nd off, we might just go get them individually outside the drill because we want to try and keep the drill moving as much as possible and we want to be comfortable with the mess. We can still correct individual tendencies, but we want to try and keep them on the floor as much as possible. Let's go, guys. Good, way to throw it over the top. Unlucky, next up, let's go, quick. Let's go, guys, let's go. Good, and stop there. Set the drill up again with the next 5. One thing we talked about early was using drills and shaping them for your framework. So this right here, as it's currently set up, is a really good drill for teams that are working on walling up, rebounding, layups, all that sort of stuff. One thing, and this is going to be the exact same drill, but we're just gonna change spots on the floor. So all we're gonna do, Coop, I want you to go to the wing now. Coop's defender, I want you to be right here. What's your name, my man? Sam? I want you to come right here to the high nail. It is the exact same drill. We are 3-on-2. Offense, offense, offense. I want you to start behind Coop like usual. Defense, defense. It is the same drill, but what's changed? Yeah, the positioning, where the ball is. So now as Coop drives, Bree, we want you to try to get outside the charge circle, help as much as you can. And as the defender, you gotta try and get back. Again, we're not gonna tell you where we want you to go, what we want you to do, but Bree, how can you help your teammate? How can you help him get back into the picture? What can you do? You can stop the ball. How can you help him where to go? What can you do? Yeah, you can talk. So if you're here, you can see the whole floor. Tell your teammate where you want him to go. Again, receivers off the ball, be ready to shoot. We ready? 3, 2, 1, play. Good, 5 in, 5 out. Next 5 up, quick, 5 in, 5 out. Let's go, guys, let's go. So, right behind the ball. Yep, right behind the ball. Defense, here we go. Five in, 5 out. Remember, we want to try to get layups. If you're over here, you can step into the shot, remember? You can step in. Here we go. Good, way to try and get out. Remember, when we're walling up, we want 2 hands, not 1. 5 in, 5 out. Let's go, guys. And stop there. Let's go back to Bree. Here's a really good teaching point. So Bree has the ball there. Addie, you had rotated. We have defense here. Offense, offense. Again, here's another really good example of kids taking the drills really literally. So again, they're a little nervous. They're in a coaching scenario. I'm not giving them as much individual attention as I would if it was a training session. But one thing they're doing straight away is they're doing the drill exactly how I told them to do it. Again, kids are going to be good at exactly what you tell them to do. So if I was to review this back, look on my camera afterwards, like, man, we're passing the ball up a lot when we could be taking layups, or we're stopping right there when we have an advantage a lot. So that's part of where you can review it yourself and change some stuff. Bree, if you were driving right here, again, what is the best shot in basketball that we want to try to get? Did I tell you that you have to stop here? You have to stop there? That's part of our decision making. We want you to make aggressive decisions. If you think you can beat this defender, we want you to try and beat him. What does that mean for you, Addie? Yeah, you can talk some smack to her, I like it. You gotta try and stop her, all right? Go back to the start of the drill. Let's go, I want you to challenge her. Same offense, same defense. Challenge her, Bree, try to get to the hoop. Good, great job. Same group, same offense, same defense. Keep going with that same group. So what we notice straight away there is when we encourage, keep going guys, keep playing. When we encourage the athlete with the ball to be aggressive, all of a sudden Cooper was way more engaged, stepping into the shot. The defense is sprinting back to try and get involved. Keep going, guys. So once you have the framework of your drill, refine little elements of it. And it took us 3 or 4 different coach breaks and talks to get here, but the more that we get through it, the slowly it'll start to adapt to what you want. One more, guys. One more, please. Let's go. Good, everyone to the baseline, please. Bree and Addie out here for me on the wing. So we've looked at decision-making drills that we can do for warm-ups. We've looked at decision-making drills that we can do when learning offensive concepts. One thing that decision-making happens in a lot is general basketball. So one thing that we're a big advocate of is small-sided games and one-on-one. As coaches and players, we need to be playing way more one-on-one, 2-on-2, 3-on-3. Those drills are really cool to start off warm-ups, to start off practices and different things. But inevitably, like in a basketball game, you don't score points because the referee puts you in these positions on the floor. You score points because you can do those concepts out of a live basketball game. So once we have our teaching points like walling up, the strike zone, we just kind of let them play. and we put them in different one-on-one and two-on-two scenarios. So we're going to show you a couple things right now that we can do for small-sided games. Can you guys just come to this side to me? I'll lie to you. So we're going to play one-on-one really quick. Addy, you're going to start with the basketball. Bree, I want you to start with the basketball, with your feet, without the basketball, with your feet outside the three-point line with your hands up. You two have both done this drill before, all right? So what, Addy, you are the defensive player. Bree, you are on offense. You are going to pick a hand to pass Bree the ball in. Bree, yeah, good, you know exactly what's happening. Whichever hand you get it in, so your right hand there, your right foot is now your pivot foot. We want you to square up and jab step, shot fake, and then play live one-on-one. All right, let's see how we go. Go to the start. What was the first instruction, Bree? Where do you want you to stand? There we go. Jab step, shot fake, play. Good, switch offense, defense, quick, offense, defense. Same two girls, Addy and Bree. Switch offense, defense, here we go. Keep playing, girls. Keep playing. Switch offense, defense, same two, one more. Set up the drill and freeze. So we just played 3 possessions of the same one-on-one drill. They clearly understand how the drill works. From you guys watching that one-on-one there, what are a couple things we can emphasize right now? What can we do better? What can we instruct them to do? One for me straight away is Bree. Even after we told her to get to there, the next time she caught the ball was there. So maybe we talk about positioning with our feet again. Any other ideas? Defensively, offensively? I think down here, when Bree beat Addy to the basket, we just spent 10-15 minutes on drills working around walling up at the rim, and one of the things Addy did straight away was that. All right, so what that shows me is the drills that we were just doing then, whilst we probably got some value out of, we didn't understand the game context of it. So now when we're playing one-on-one, if you are the defense and you get beat to the keyway, what do we want you to do with your hands? Wall up. Yeah, same drill, let's go. Let's play one-on-one. Jab, step, shot fake. Addy, be aggressive. Wall up for me, Bree. Good, Bree. Good. Switch offense, defense. Here we go. Keep playing, guys. Whilst I'm talking, keep playing. One thing that walling up does as well is it's never going to eliminate a girl from scoring, but our game isn't soccer. The end of the game isn't 1-0. It's often, you watch the NBA and it's 140 to 130 now. We're not going to force this girl to never make a shot. We're just going to make her chances of an 8 out of 10 down to a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Freeze right there for me, girls. After a couple reps, and again, this is a little different. We have a bunch of kids sitting there cold in the baseline. We'll work them in a second. I encourage you to add progression layers into your drills. And again, the progression layers are completely up to you. We're going to show you a couple things right now. You might love them, you might hate them, you might go, I want to add this, add that. I encourage you to do it. Experiment and change the drills as much as you possibly want. Now, I want you to do the drill. When I call freeze, I want you to freeze. You ready? Let's go. Freeze. So now, Bree, after you jab step, after you shot fake, I want you to drive on your left hand and jump stop at the block. Addy, you're gonna let her go by you. Do that for me now, please. So drive, jump stop. Addy, I want you to pop out to the three-point line so you don't need a guarder. So right out here, Addy, where Bree was. So Bree, go back to jump stop for me. You're gonna reverse pivot, throw Addy the basketball, and now we're gonna play one-on-one off the closeout. So we're playing live one-on-one, you have to close out the basketball. All right, let's go to the start, please. All the way to the start of the drill. Jab step, shot fake, drive by, one-on-one. Switch your offense and defense, quick, switch your offense and defense. Next up. Set it up and freeze, quick. So now one thing we can do, because again, it's a clinic, we're getting through the motions of it, is when we make it really game-like, athletes want to win. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put a score on this drill. Every time you score, you get 1 point. All right, but we're also gonna add incentives for what we wanna see them do. So for the purpose of this drill, we're gonna really try to emphasize using our voice on our closeout. So when you jump stop and pass the basketball back, you must yell ball 3 times on your closeout. If you do not do that, you lose a point. All right, so you might go from 0 to -1, 1 to 0. All right, you have to communicate ball, ball, ball 3 times. Here we go. Good, play. Switch offense, defense. Quick, here we go. Switch offense, defense. That's a point, Addie. 1 to 0. First girl to 2. First girl to 2. We'll count it. 3-pointers worth 2. Great job. Stop there. And again, kids will be as competitive as you encourage them to be. So we didn't give them too many instructions. We just added the ball, ball, ball. What we value as a coach is probably what we're going to put a scoring system on. If we were really anal this training session about walling up, you can add defensive points. It doesn't need to be an offensive scoring system. You can take points away for certain things that you're trying to emphasize and vice versa. It doesn't always just have to be scoring gets you a point. It can be things that you value on any end of the floor. We're going to add one more layer too. Go back to the start for me, please. Get all the way to your jump stop, then I want you to freeze. Here we go. Yeah, jump stop. Now what we're going to do, you're going to reverse pivot, throw the ball to Addie, ball, 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 close out. Addie, you're going to throw the ball to the coach. And now you have to touch the corner before you're allowed to play. So Bree, you're guarding her the whole time. Addie, touch to the corner, bounce back and get the ball from coach. And now we're going to play one-on-one. All right, go to the start. Here we go. Let's see how we go. Again, first to 2, girls. First to 2. Ball, 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 Bree. Ball, 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 Bree.
Ball, ball, ball.
Good, hit me, Addie. Corner. Good, what are we going to do? That's an assist, Addie. Next up, here we go. Flip it over, quick. Jab step, shot fake. Good, and freeze right there. So straight away, again, we can take a couple notes out of that. One of my initial observations is we actually got 2 good wall-ups off dribble penetration. So we can see there's a little bit of transference from stuff that we're already doing. Again, if I was putting a scoring system on this, I might put a score. Let's say we're a team that just got beat by 80 to Wilton because we've been trapped and double teamed and we couldn't get the ball over halfway. If we can create a successful lead and catch the ball, that might be a point. So what you guys struggle with or what your coaching points are, that's where I would suggest that you add your scoring system. It doesn't always have to be who scores. Because if we do that in every juniors practice, just the best and most athletic scoring kid is probably going to win every time. And that's what they're going to think the value in the drill is. How many buckets can I get? Whilst this isn't just standard one-on-one, roll the ball out and play, we're hitting multiple skills as we do this. These two probably care more about going live from the corner and just trying to get a bucket on each other. But before they're allowed to do that, we're working on our footwork with a jump stop. We're working on defensive technique with a closeout, communication with the ball, ball, ball. And now we're creating leads when we bounce back from the corner. So we've just added a lot of false action before the beginning drill, before we play some one-on-one. All right, jump to the baseline. We're gonna do one more, guys. We got time for one more. What we want is 3 offensive players, please, around the 3-point line. Any 3, doesn't matter. Bree and Addie, take a break. You guys just played. Give me 3 offensive players. Quick, one more. Good. I want 2 defensive players at the elbows. Quick. Ball up top. Is it Sam? Yep, ball up top with Sam. Good. So last thing we're going to talk about is, again, this might be a concept that some of the kids in BWA programming understand, is split kick extra. So we're going to try and fly through this really quickly, but we just use this terminology as a really key tool for making decisions. Because again, when we roll the balls out and play 3-on-3, 5-on-5 straight away, as a coach, you can't be catch, reverse pivot, shoot. You can only give them little tools to help them make decisions. So we're going to play 3-on-2. 3 offensive players, 2 defensive players. Sam, you can pick which way you pass. I want you to start by passing to Coop though, please. Defensively, you must touch the 3-point line with your foot before you're allowed to play defense. Because the basketball's over here, where do you think you're probably gonna be? Yeah, you're probably gonna drop. From there, Coop, we're just playing live 3-on-2 and you're trying to score. Let's go to the start, guys. Let's play, Sam. Quick, same offense, same defense. Do this 3 or 4 times. Same O, same D, guys. Here we go. Good, same offense, same defense. Let's go again. Good. Great job. Good, set it up and freeze. Give her a round of applause, guys. Set it up and freeze. So we didn't get through any of the teachings just there, but what we did is we spent 3 or 4 possessions getting them familiar with the framework of a drill. Because again, if I asked them to do that and then went, okay, now here's why we're doing the drill. We're gonna do this, 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 and this, they got no hope of remembering all of it. So now that they understand how the drill works, we're gonna give them the key coaching points of it. Throw the ball to Coop for me, please, Sam. Defense, hold up there, Coop. Defense, do what you would do. So get to there and drop for me. What we're gonna get Coop to do is create something that we call a split. A split is when you beat a player and you put pressure on the rim or keyway. So you're gonna create a split and dribble and try to get to the hoop. Let's pretend you get stopped right here, Coop. So you're rotating your defense. If you can't score, what are you probably gonna do? You're gonna kick it, so kick it to a teammate. That's the kick part. And now rewinding this drill all the way back to the second drill that we did, we're gonna work on that extra pass component that we did in the elbow stuff. So again, they haven't known that they've done it. We've already seen little elements in a warm-up drill that we've done. If, this is for everyone here, you catch the ball on a kick-out pass from Cooper, you have 2 choices, only 2. They are shoot or pass. You are not allowed to redrive back into the keyway. Does that make sense? Again, Coop, you're trying to score if you can. If not, we get a kick and a shot, or a kick and an extra. All right, let's go back to the start. Let's see how we go. Go to Coop for me, please. Here we go, plate. Good, shoot it. What stopped you from shooting it straight away? What'd you have to do when you caught the ball? Yeah, get in stance straight away. When you get rid of it, get in stance. Same group, here we go. Let's go again for me, Sam. Get in stance. Get in stance, Sam, good. Last one, set it up again. It's almost like you know this drill, Coop. Here we go. Go back to Coop. I love that you did that, Cooper. Ball with you. One thing straight away, we have an advantage, disadvantage situation, and I'm picking on him because he's done it before, is we're trying to do what the coach has said straight away. Get kickouts, get splits. But again, like we play basketball to put the ball in the bucket. Coop, I want you to try and get to the layup. Yeah, you're just taking one dribble and getting rid of it. I want you to try and get to the hoop. All right, let's go back to the start. Here we go. Good, great job. Go again, set it up. Good, drive to the hoop, drive to the hoop. Good, great job. Come on, defense, let's be a little more active, please. Here we go, try to get some stops, defense. Next up, one more. Let's go, one more. Good, what can you do, Coop? Good, freeze. Coop, if you didn't want to shoot that, what was your only other option? Why do we think, so Coop, I'm gonna pick on you again, go to the corner. Go to where you were when Coop had the ball. We had offense, a defense close to the mat, defense there. Why would we not want you to redrive into the keyway? The defense is already there. We just had a kick-out pass. So one thing that we try to do with kids is we try to teach in threes and little rhymes. So when we talk about split, kick, extra, we can add little phrases to it. And again, it's depending on your age. One thing we like to do is kick arrives, no drives. So we go create a split, try to get to the hoop one-on-one, and one terminology we use for Coop here is kick arrives, no drives. So he knows straight away, all right, I got a shot or no drive, I've got to get rid of it. All right, let's go one more time from the top, guys. Go to that side for me, please. Good. Go again, guys, let's go. Way to be active, defense, great hands. Be aggressive, offense. Great job, great job. Way to be unselfish, nice job. Good job, guys, we're done. Good job. Give them a round of applause for me, please, guys.